Another passage from the Bacchae of Euripides where I'm like a kid in a candy shop. I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
There's so many things here. But maybe one thing to do is to step a few steps back. And sure, we know that Pentheus means Mr. Penthos. In other words, that word that means not only grief, but song about grief. This word, Penthos, would almost make me want to talk about Pentheus all the way through, applying it to this particular hour. But let me try to go back and talk about not just Pentheus as Mr. Penthos, but Dionysus himself. Because after all, not only Pentheus gets dismembered in myth, Dionysus the god also gets dismembered. And this is very non-Olympian. This is not the way in Homeric poetry you would want to think about the 12 Olympian gods, of whom Dionysus is a member. Doesn't get mentioned much, but he is a member. No, it's a model that's, may I say it this way, pre-Olympian.
Okay.
This is the god Dionysus who dies every year.
Okay.
That's certainly something that Olympian gods don't do. And there's still traces of this kind of myth ritual mentality in various parts of the Greek-speaking world, even though you're not going to see it in Homeric poetry, or at least you're not going to see it directly.
Okay.
So, how does Dionysus die? He gets dismembered, as I say. He gets dismembered by the Titans, and he gets devoured, and it's a perverse Eucharist in the sense that the god is ingested by these Titans, and then you think to yourself, how is he going to get reintegrated? And of course, that's an Orphic mystery having to do with myth ritual mentalities that are associated with the hero Orpheus. And let's not go there now, but I do want to meditate on how this particular choral song and dance, which is very, very primal, is talking not only about the dismemberment of a young calf or some other kind of animal that has dropped and is sweet. And I think sweet has to do with sweet to the taste. Right. So this is very literal. But in a way, it has to do with Dionysus himself. So he is really the prototypical dismembered one who will be reintegrated. And Pentheus is the understudy. So that's what I see as the subtext. And then I hope that our participants have a time to read my analysis of that one moment where you visualize a young male bursting out of a hollow stalk, and first there's smoke, and then there's a flash of fire, and then out of the flames comes this epiphany. And this is a very old theme that is shared with other languages that linguists reconstruct as Indo-European languages. The most interesting one maybe is an Armenian version. But what I'm thinking about here is that you see a vision of Dionysus coming out of this stalk that is so primal that when you connect Pentheus, the hero, with this, then it all becomes even more interesting. What kind of god-hero antagonism is going on here? And if you were to say, well, what's my favorite word here? Well, there's so many. But how about the word Narthex?
Yeah.
Narthex, which in the field of architecture refers to a part of the church. I should tell you, it's the part of the church where the Easter candle is lit. So that's one of those situations where Christian traditions channel pre-Christian traditions. It's the place where the fire bursts forth. And Dionysus comes out of the Narthex here. There it is, right before line 148. Since, as you know, I'm a historical linguist, I can even argue, I think, successfully that Narthex means the light emplacement. So
light
it's very,
emplacement.
very primal, viscerally all-important theme here that Dionysus is associated with. But you really don't know who's the referent here. Is it Dionysus the god, or is it some prototype of Dionysus the god? The myth ritual complex here is so old that it's really hard to pin down, but definitely the fact that the song starts with the idea that he is sweet has to do not only with the sweetness, so to speak, of sacrificial meat, but also the sweetness of the body of the god himself when the god himself is dismembered. And all of that is projected eventually onto the figure of Pentheus, who is the ritual antagonist of Dionysus.
And all these sort of primal moments, these primal themes are being brought into the city-state, into the here and now of the city-state, through something that's actually very ordered and organized and careful, which is the chorus.
Which is the chorus, and that's, to me, that wonder in this play is that the chorus, who are technically non-Greeks, they're Asiatics, and they're presented as non-Greeks in the conventional sense of Greek, and yet they are the ones who do the ritual correctly, and it's the people in myth, it's the people in Thebes, including Pentheus's mother and aunts, the two aunts, who are out of self-control. And the chorus, who should be the aliens, are in control. So everything is inside out. And here the local women heading for the hills, while the non-local women are the chorus, which mediates between the citizens of Athens who are witnessing this notionally, although I quickly say we are very unclear about where this tragedy was premiered, but notionally it could be the people of Athens, and certainly not the people of Thebes, and how the chorus mediates between the ritual of Dionysus's theater and the myth of Dionysus's conflict with his persecutor, who looks just like him.